This is the most absolute hellish time to ever be a DC fan. This is the worst time ever. I don't believe there could be any worse time than now. You literally have DC has been on a steady fumbling with Warner Bros. Behind their backing. They have not released any good games since like 2015. It is now 10 years since Arkham Knight has came out. They had the DC animated universe and they killed that to release the Tomorrowverse, which a lot of people don't even really like that much. And then their live action movies, the one series of live action movies that was doing good for them was Joker, and then they allowed that to be killed. What is wrong with Warner Bros? What is wrong with DC? It's just over. It is over. You have Monolith being just shut down from within as a studio. They made Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, which weren't really DC games, but they also developed the Nemesis system. We will never see that in a DC game for a while. I guarantee you in the next 6 to like 4 years, no, 4 is too generous, in the next 5 to 6 years, we will not see that system. And we might not even see that system in full-fledged because the people that knew how to use it are now gone or been put into a skeleton crew on other studios that Warner Bros. Still has. And it's just over. It's just over. And then that just means the Wonderwoman game is just over. We saw it once at DC Fandom 2022. Now Warner Bros. Has completely just put the nail in the coffin. They're not bringing it back. They're not even going to even try. It is just over. They didn't even try to at least let it get to like release at all. And the fact is that the Nemesis system was going to be used on that too. It just wasted potential all over again. Maybe just even a tax write-off at this point in time. Like, what are we doing? Like, Warner Bros., what are we doing? You had the worst fumble when it come to Kill the Justice League, Suicide Kill the Justice League, of people literally hating it. It just being a mocking to like what was DC, and then especially being a mocking to like Arkham Batman. And then all in the end on like season 4 for it to just be a oops, they were all just clones situation is just the biggest slap in the face. Is the biggest slap in the face. And you probably drove people to Marvel from doing that. Probably a lot more people to Marvel. And I don't blame them. Then we have Gotham Knights, which is just ruined the characters of Jason, Barbara, Tim, and just slightly Dick Grayson completely, and then ruin what I guess the characterization of Batman. And then that horrible suit was just probably the nail in the coffin for me. And then you had the horrible combat in Gotham Knights. It's just like, what are we doing here? It's like, it's so hard to fumble this hard when you got characters that people love and enjoy, that all it takes is a good story, some good gameplay, and then you're raking in millions of dollars. If they just stuck to their word and kept that Damien Arkham like Batman Beyond game, they could have made more money than with Suicide Squad, than with Gotham Knights at all, like combined. And they chose not to, and I don't even understand that, but it is what it is. This is just a nail in the coffin. If like DC can't bring out their Marvel Rivals clone in the next like 6 months to a year or 2 years, 2 years is the max. Like 6 months would be the recommended and like the minimum time to release one right now. If they can't even do that in 2 years, let alone trying to do it in 6 months, it's just over. It's the coffin's gone. You've fumbled in each industry, and I don't know how you do that simultaneously. How do you do that simultaneously? And it's a horrible time to be a DC fan. It really is a horrible time. It's so sad. Like it's so sad. You have Marvel, they got Spider-Man. Like with Insomniac Spider-Man, they got Miles Morales Spider-Man. Then they got Spider-Man 2, which is not as great, but it still is a lot better. Marvel's Avengers is still like light years away from what Gotham Knights is, and that's saying something. You have Marvel's Snap, You have Marvel Snap that's raking in millions of dollars. I think, yeah, I don't think it's millions, but it's raking in money. And then you have, let's see, I can't remember. Oh yeah, they have the Wolverine Insomniac game, which is probably gonna have a lot of things in it that people don't like, but it's still something. Like Marvel is releasing stuff. They're releasing animated shows, they're releasing movies, they're releasing these. They're not all hits, but at least they're doing stuff. At least they're using their IP. Warner Bros. Is not doing anything with DC. They're literally patenting the Nemesis systems just now. Now they're just gonna sit on that system now. It's not getting used. It's over. It's just over. And it's just a sad retrospective of what could have been, what could have happened. It's just over. Like Rocksteady is gone. Those, like, the heads had been gone for a while. The people who really made like Arkham City and Arkham Knight, they're gone completely. Like I said earlier, Monolith is destroyed or been like scattered around into other studios. Multiverse has died. That's not really a DC project, but it's still Warner Bros., so it is what it is. It's like the golden age of animated like stuff for DC is gone. Everything's gone. It's just like a nuclear fallout of just everything that was once amazing, once was why you, at least like what was the argument of why DC could like be a little bit better than Marvel. Now it's just like Marvel won. Marvel just won. At this point in time, I wouldn't care if Disney bought DC right now and they were both like, they both had Marvel and DC and just a monopoly on the superhero genre. I wouldn't care. At least they would probably be investing in projects and doing things. Now it's just like, I don't know what Warner Bros. Is doing. I don't know what James Gunn is doing. There is no hope. It is over, and I'm sorry that it actually had to end this way. I wish we were in a timeline where they greenlit projects like the Superman game, the Damien Arkham Beyond game. I wish, like, I think there was also another secret project of Arkham Insurgency. I wish they just greenlit those. Like, oh wait, actually no, I take it back. The only good thing that has came out of DC, this one good thing, was Arkham Shadow, and that's on the MetaQuest 3. So really, it doesn't change anything. It changes some things, but it doesn't change a lot. Whatever. I'm done with DC until they release some Batman game that just is by like amazing. It's 100 out of 100. It's literally brings you back to 2009 Arkham Asylum. What a sad time.